Welcome to Herf Zone Live. I'm here every single Tuesday to bring you the best content weekly. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, search for Team Shirtless Mike, and follow on Facebook at Shirtless Mike. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Shirtless Mike 2020. See what goes on in my life, and hopefully I can see what goes on in yours. So Herf Zone Live is expanding. Get your product in front of hundreds of viewers every single week. Let me advertise your cigar or product to my audience. DM me, let's exchange information and get you a part of the Team Shirtless Mike team. What is going on, everybody out there? If you're just tuning in, I hope you've had a wonderful day, a great week. I apologize for not having a show last week. Last week was pretty it was kind of a last minute thing. The guest that I had booked, Rojo Corojo, she had to cancel on me last minute. She had some stuff come up, but we're gonna reschedule her, and she'll be back real soon and to come on the show and everything. But while I was out on vacation, because yes, I was on vacation, uh, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I met a good brother of the Leaf. He goes by DaSkribe, and my buddy Cigar Mike hooked us up. Got to talk, and I was like, "Hey, I'll be happy to have you on the show." All that good stuff, and so we got an awesome guest lined up today. He's down. He's waiting patiently in the green room. So, from the Hustler Universe Podcast Network Green Room, where you'll find a Cigar Hustlers podcast and the Chet and Palmer Shit Show. Welcome to Herf Zone Live, DaSkribe, all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. What's up, brother?
Salute. What's up, brother?
Man,
Thanks
nothing
for
much.
having me on.
Man, no problem, man. I hope you had a good day today. You have a good day?
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. It was a great day. I've definitely had worse. So yes, it was a good day.
Most definitely. So yeah, I was just telling the audience before I brought you on, as you heard, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina area, Concord, um, hanging out with Cigar Mike, and I
Tail
was at,
smoke. Yeah.
and of course, I've heard of Stickheads, and I've heard of your music, but it's finally a pleasure for me to officially meet you and all that good stuff, and so we're going to talk about everything because, I mean, we were talking a little bit. A lot of people that watch the show, they know that I used to rap when I was a lot younger. So, we got that in common. We can compare notes and stuff like that. But, I'd like to start from the beginning, get to know every single guest. If there's anything, I don't get too deep or whatever, but, we just keep it natural conversation. So, are you originally from the Charlotte area, or were you born somewhere else, and are you a transplant? Like, tell us
Yeah.
about that.
Yep. Transplant. I'm originally from Chicago, born and raised in Chicago, and I moved to Jersey when I was 20. Lived there for a while, quite a few years, couple decades, 30 years to be exact. And then I moved to Charlotte 5 years ago. So raised 3 kids in New Jersey, then decided it's time for a change, and I was considering Atlanta or the DMV area, and or in Charlotte. And when I put my resume out there, I'm an IT guy by that's my day job.
Okay.
I said I moonlight as an IT guy.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, I put my resume out in every well, actually I decided against DMV area because I felt that was too damn close to Jersey. I'm like, shit, I might as well stay in Jersey. And I was tired of snow. That's another thing. I'm tired of freaking snow coming from Chicago and Jersey, man. And then the high cost of living in Jersey. And so yeah, I got more hits out here in Charlotte for what I do in IT. So the rest is history, man. And it was a good decision for me. No regrets.
Absolutely. So, you do music now. Like, how long have you been into doing music? Of course, you've probably been into hip hop for longer than I've been alive. But like, tell us about, like, from the beginning, what got you interested in hip hop, and and when did you actually start doing it for yourself?
Yeah, man. I love that question. I love having this conversation because I started 30. I've been an MC for 30 plus years, in and out of retirement. And I wrote my first rhyme in jail. But I wasn't there for no serious crime. I was there for driving on a suspended license.
Same thing. I've been to jail for that before. Dumbass shit.
Yeah. And hey, I got dumber. You know what I mean? 'Cause I got that was in Chicago, and I went to Jersey, and I just stayed in jail. The COs knew me as they look at me, be like, "Damn, you here on traffic again?" it was either red because Jersey didn't play. Jersey didn't play about traffic shit. So I was there either on suspended license, no registration, no insurance. And because I missed the court dates, you know what I mean? I was contempt of court man. I was there for contempt. They knew me as contempt of court man, So anyway, but going back to Chicago, I wrote my first rhyme in jail, man. I was there on contempt of court. That I didn't know anything about that you had to show up for court. It was my first car. I got didn't go to court for some traffic violation. My father decided to teach me a lesson, so he let me stay there for a while. Now, that was his. That's why he told me he would teach me a lesson. I don't know if he just didn't have the money to bail me out. It was only shit at that time. What, $1,000, 10%, $100, $2,000, 2%. It was $100 or $200, some shit like that.
Yeah.
But he said he would want to teach me a lesson. But that's a hell of a place to let your kid learn the lesson is Cook County Jail. You know what I mean? Chicago. Yeah. That shit ain't no joke. And I was gang banging at the time. You know what I mean? So luckily I don't have any tattoos on me. But the crazy part is I went in there, man, and I was writing, and it just came out of nowhere. I mean, I went to college, I went to a junior, it's a whole nother college. I ain't gonna unpack all of that, but I played football and track, and my goal was to have a scholarship to a major university or whatever. That it didn't work out, my grades suck, whatever. But I went to a junior college that was popular, and a lot of cats from Detroit and St. Louis came to my junior college, and they were big hip hop heads. They were my roommates, actually. They were big hip hop heads. At that time, I was more into house music at that time. Yeah. But I did run with cats who was into hip hop. And back then, the music wasn't as connected as it is now. So they knew stuff Detroit and New York and other. They had hip hop before we had certain stuff before we. Yeah. So I hadn't heard of Rakim. I hadn't heard of DMC.
I was more original.
Yeah. That was the hot shit.
For the internet.
Right. So now, but that shit changed quite a few years ago. But so when I went to jail, and started writing, I don't know where that shit came from, to be honest. I was writing poetry. That's what I was writing poetry initially. And then I said, well, the shit turned into a song. But here's the funny part. I was making money, commissary, off of my poetry, right?
Nice.
Cats was, giving me food and shit, whatever, for trade, because they were sending it to their girls. You know what I mean? And then got to a while, but the jailhouse bullshit. Eventually they started bootlegging my shit and stealing my shit. And when I found out, my first inclination was to get upset about it and step to jokers, right? And then I was like, you know what? That would be a bad move. You don't want to get into a fight over that. I said, luckily I had the maturity to look at it as a compliment. I'm saying, well, damn, if they're stealing my shit, I must have some good shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how it starts. So check it out. So my father, he picks me up finally. He let me sit there about a month. He picks me up, and I said, I'm a rap, man. I'm gonna be a rap. I'm sorry. He looked at me like Joker, I tried to teach your ass a lesson. You come up with this bullshit. But the rest is history, man. And now I had no idea of song format. My verses was long as hell. I didn't know nothing about no song structure and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I had to learn all of that shit, and the rest is history, man. But I did fast forward when I moved to Jersey. I was rapping for a minute and all that shit, but then I got I came close to a deal, right? At least I thought it was, Yeah. Of course I was close. It found out was some bullshit at the end of that. And then I was so frustrated with it. I said, nah, fuck this, I ain't gonna be no starving artist, So after that, I went into like a 15-year hiatus for music. I wouldn't rap. I was still singing along with other songs on the radio and shit like that, but I wasn't creating or nothing. But one day I was, thanks to Napster, remember Napster, right?
Yeah.
The kid came out there, Napster, he changed the game. He changed the game. So I saw how the internet was changing, for just creating stars and shit, man. Just really elevating Joker's creativity and shit. So art form. I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna get it. This was around 2013, 2012, 2013. Because I'm gonna put my mixtape on my 2013 mixtape. I'm gonna put that on my YouTube channel. I just decided to do that. But
Okay.
I think that shit still. There's a lot of samples on it that need to be cleared. But I ain't gonna. I may not put it on the streaming platforms because I'm a DistroKid and TuneCore and shit. I may not put it up there because of the
Yeah,
sample.
yeah,
But
because they'll definitely flag it and
yeah, yeah.
have lawyers coming after you.
Yeah, but actually they say if they only really come up if you're trying to make money. I mean, if you're making money off of it and
Yeah,
not
so if you just have
paying.
it,
If you
then yeah,
just
you
right,
should be good then.
yeah. So
I mean,
anyway, to answer your question, that's where the rap started, man. That's where it started.
okay, cool. So, like, I'm gonna back it up a little bit. So, you started rapping. You're talking about how, you didn't know anything about song format. Your verses was long as hell and everything. So, like, how long from the time you started rapping to the time that um to the time that you started learning about, okay, how to structure a song, like, sometimes you start off with the chorus and you got your first verse, 16 bars, etc. Like, how long was it, you know did somebody like sit down and
Yeah,
teach you, or you just kind of like learned that on your own?
yeah. No, wasn't long at all. A few months, because I was working with this kid who had a studio or whatever, and went to a studio. He's like, "Damn, your shit long." He's like, "Yo, so that's where it started. So he began. I forget the kid name. Forget it. It was in Chicago still. I was still living in Chicago at the time, but that's when I started learning about song format. So a few months, and took me on, a few months to a year. But I would say within 3 to 6 months of getting out of the clink, I
Yeah.
started learning about song format.
Nice. And after you got into rapping and more and stuff, like, who were some of your influences, like, as an artist? Were there any particular rappers, or even outside of hip hop, like, who are some of your influences as artists?
Well, thanks for this question because I botched this one on Puff Sip Chat. I don't know if you know Reggie Kimball out of
I
Atlanta.
have not met him, but I've seen
Yeah,
his show.
yeah. So when he asked me this at Tampa Cigar Week, uh, I botched it. And I even hit him up later. I said, man, I don't know what kind of bullshit I was on. I said, because I asked him which genre was he talking about. He just said, period. I said, well, shit, I would have to separate the genres. Hip hop, I have my influences in hip hop, but I also have my influences growing up. And so I named a few good bands, artists growing up, but who I fail to fucking mention, who is the biggest influence, I would say, James Brown, baby. God, dog. Love
Yep.
me some JB. JB, him and George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic, both of those two, but I think they're still the most sampled artists in hip hop, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
yeah.
JB
Yeah,
and
most definitely. Yeah.
especially in the 90s. Forget about
Yeah.
it. 90s, early 2000s. So those were the, my biggest influence. I mean, that James Brown, man, to this day, that music, man, it just like, I mean, it just embodies soul to me. That's why they don't call him the Godfather of soul for nothing, right? And then George took it to another level with that funk. You know what I mean? But I'm very eclectic. I can, I mean, Maze, Frankie Beverly and Maze, Earth, Wind and Fire, Teddy Pendergrass, Al Green. Now my cousin, who rest in peace, my cousin turned me on to rock. He turned me into a rock head. Floyd, Zeppelin, Jimmy, uh, 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 Rush, Def Leppard. I mean, man. I am a rock head, and I love Zeppelin. Because I love blues. Coming from Chicago, I love blues. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So and Zeppelin was they give Zeppelin and the Who and Rush. A lot of them bands they were Doors, Jim Morrison, and they didn't have a long career, but they were heavily influenced by the blues artists, right? So and like I said, blues. So they were a fusion of blues and rock, and so yeah, man. So all of that, man. Then I ended up going to 1 year. I lived with my father 1 year. I went to an all black high school, And like I talk about that in my music and stuff. And Terrytown. Have you ever heard of Terrytown? It's one of the. I just saw a documentary the other day about Terrytown in Chicago. You know, they got different areas in Chicago, like most major cities. But Terrytown is like one of the. They call it Terrytown for a reason. You know what I mean? But that area, I went to school. It's called South Shore. It's over on the east side of Chicago. So I went to school called South Shore. You know, it's all black school. But when I decided to go live with my mom out in the suburbs, I went to a school called Rich Central in the suburb of Olympia Fields, Illinois. And there, it was mostly white kids. And so by my cousin turning me on to rock, I fit right in. You know what I mean? You know, I knew shit. And then, of course, they turned me on to some shit, too, that I wasn't aware of. But, so, yeah, all of that. So I'm musically, man, and then, of course, the stuff that my parents listen to, of course, you know, you get that. My aunts, my grandparents, and my grandparents were like big blues heads, of course. You know, so, you know, all of that, man. It makes Scribe to who he is today musically.
Most definitely.
Okay, so that's from that point. So now hip-hop.
Yeah.
Hip-hop influences. Oh, bro, Rakim changed the game. When I first heard Rakim, I was still living in Chicago. When I first heard Rakim, and somebody else who just said that, I love podcasts. I'm more hip hop now at my age at 54 than I ever been. I mean, I'm getting into how some people think you age out of hip hop. I've had a few back and forth with the people who think I'm too old to rap. I'm like, fuck out of here. I even got a song called it's called Too Old to Rap. Fuck out of here.
I heard that.
It's on the streaming platform. Just so y'all know, I'm on all streaming platforms and on YouTube. You know, but I made that song because of the people who got that warped ass mindset that you age out of hip hop with my demographic and older, because the founders, they're what, 60 something, 70, right? But anyway, damn, where was I going with that? Oh, so it was on podcast on Math Hoffa. Who was that? Clark Kent was on Math Hoffa, and he says Rakim. He said, man, Rakim changed the fucking game. You know, because they asked him his top 5. I think that's how he got on this subject. And he said, I got to speak. Rakim changed the game. Because Jokers wasn't rapping the way Rakim was rapping, right? When I first heard Rakim, the God, yo, I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
This, I said, so that, I mean, and it did, and what it did for me, it did for everybody, yo. So he gotta be on. If the R ain't on your fucking top 5, you ain't no fucking hip hop head. Because he changed the motherfucking game. You know, his flow. You know, and then of course, Chris, KRS. Gotta put him up there, bro. Gotta put KRS up there, you know. Don't get me wrong, I can pay homage to the founding fathers, but as far as like what really impacted me and made me want to be an MC, you know, Rakim, Chris, and Chuck D for Public Enemy, you know, and you know, now I go back and forth, man. That Grimmy Ma said, you know, she said she was on Math Hopper too. She was saying how her top 5 changes. You know what I mean? You know, and I vacillate as well with my top 5 because Biggie and Pop, I don't, you know, their career wasn't that long. So if we're rating people on, you know, the body of work, you know, in their time, okay, yeah, they could be there. Yeah. But if you're talking about over a course of time, it's like, you know what I mean? You know,
but I mean, what they did was classic. Is my generation, you know, so you know that's like the 30 and up crowd, you know, and then your generation, you know, you're like my parents' generation, you know.
Well, you know, I mean, but I grew
younger than my dad though. But
Biggie would be Biggie would be almost 50 now. Him and Pop. Yeah. Because Jay-Z is, who's 51? Somebody just said this. Method Man is 51. I just heard Jay-Z's 50 something. So Biggie and Pac, shit, they damn near 50 something. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. They're pushing 50, or I think they maybe pushing 50 or just made 50. I can't remember. Maybe they just made 50, whatever it is. But no, I don't think they'll be considered your generation. You were young enough to know
what I'm saying, them. Like when I was growing up, like I was young, you know, and that's what I grew up on, etc. That's what I meant to clarify by that. But
right. So yeah, man. And you know, of course, Jay-Z, man. You know, Jay-Z, and I'm glad Jay-Z, Chris Rock. But see, I love Black Thought too. You know, man, I got so Common. You know, bro, it's so many. You know what? It's so many fucking good MCs out there. You
Yeah.
know, it's insane, bro. I mean, it's so much
It's hard to
talented
create a
MCs.
list.
Huh?
So hard to create a list,
Yeah, it
or
really is. It really is. When I heard Black Thought freestyle on Flex, I said, "Oh shit, man! I got to move him into my. I got to move." And Jadakiss, oh fuck, I forgot about Jadakiss last time too. Jadakiss, I've been a Jadakiss fan before the verses. How about that
Yep.
shit? All them Johnny come fucking latelys, right after the verses, right? I was
Yep.
telling on Facebook, telling my folks, sit y'all ass down. Jadakiss been in my top 5. You know what I mean? Jadakiss is a fucking
All I
beast.
gotta say, if Jadakiss ain't in your top, you gotta knock yourself out.
Yeah, man. So, but I just love hip hop, man. And then the next year, next year's the 50th anniversary of hip hop. You know.
Absolutely.
Or did you catch what K Slay did before he died? I just
Yeah,
caught that shit on YouTube.
the hundred,
The
hundred
Rolling
rappers.
50, the Rolling 50, then the Rolling 110. I just caught that, bro. Them shits came out in I think 19, 20, and then 21 respectively. So
Yeah,
I saw that.
I
My
caught
blew my
those.
mind. I was like, oh my God, we needed this. You know.
It's crazy. And actually, I think one of the rappers that's on one of them, which I know this guy, I met him through social media, and he's been on the show. I'm Italian and Irish, so he's an Italian American rapper named the Shark, and him and K Slay were tight before. So I actually got this dude's number. We chopped it up on the phone, not K Slay, but
Right.
the Shark, and he's told me some stories, and then I've seen like a documentary like with him and K Slay and all that. Like K Slay was a legend because he was doing stuff for people that he was putting, like, if it weren't for K Slay, a lot of these people, even though they may not be ultimate mega superstars, they're still known in hip hop. Like if
Right.
it wasn't for K Slay, like your Remy Maj, your Papoose,
Right.
all of them, they wouldn't be.
Papoose is a beast. Papoose is a
Yeah,
beast.
Papoose, man. Like when I was in high school, and I heard Alphabetical Slaughter, I was like, yo, like that was dope.
Yeah.
But real quick though, before we move on to the next topic, I do have to read out, my sponsor real quick, and and all that. Give them a shout out. We got some more interesting conversation going on, so I'm gonna put you down below real quick while I read out my sponsor, and we'll be right back. All right, so Herf Zone Live is sponsored by Nomos Cigars, rated 91 in Cigars and Spirits magazine. Nomos is a full body 6x56 cigar that features a rich, full flavor accomplished with a high quality construction and exclusive aging process. Once the fine cigar is born, it immediately begins our exclusive Nomos Aging Process nap. While each cigar naps, it continues to develop its unique aroma and flavor that sets itself apart from any other the world over. It is a delicious medium smoke resulting from the finely aged Cameroon wrapper and blend of 8-year-old seco Dominican filler and 5-year-old Nicaragua criollo filler. The Indonesian Sumatran binder finishes the cigar ingredients with the finest quality tobacco available. This exclusive blend provides a beautiful smoke right down to the last nub. Check out nomoscigars.com for info on where to find retailers that carry Nomos cigars. Orders also available on their website. Also follow them on Instagram at Nomos Cigars. All right. And we are back, my brother. So, now we've kind of covered, starting at the beginning and kind of getting there to the middle. So, how did you get into cigars?
Great question. So I got into cigars to my cousin in Chicago, who I haven't talked to in years, but he was a cigar, he was a stickhead. He was a cigar aficionado. Everyone knows stickhead is my thing. It's trademark too, guys. So don't try nothing slick. Stickhead is trademarked. All right, you got to come through me. But he was a stickhead from back then. But where it really kicked off for me is with my recovery brothers. And for those who don't know, I don't know if I told you this, but I've been in recovery 31.
Yeah.
I've been clean 31 years, so I don't drink alcohol, smoke weed, no minor mood altering substances, if you will. So, but my recovery brothers, that's who turned me on the sticks, man. And so that's a nice segue into why, I actually, my song, I'm gonna send you the song. I think I told you I'm making a song for people who don't drink alcohol, the stickheads who don't drink alcohol. So I'm done with the song. Hopefully, I'm going to record it in the next couple of days or so. I'm gonna hit you when I do. But because my previous 3 cigar songs, they're pretty much referencing people who do drink alcohol. So I had to make something for my people who don't drink alcohol. But yeah, man, and I started around close to 20 years ago, somewhere between 15 and 20 years ago. I can't pinpoint exactly when. Let's see. Like I said, I've been clean 31 years, so I maybe about 20 years. Yeah, and hey, like I said, salute the leaf. When I first started out, I heard all these stories about sticks making people sick, so I began to educate myself on what to pick. I started out puffing infused cigars, because my palate was in its infancy stages, you know what I mean? But fast forward, right? I've been telling people, man, and I'm trying to find me just trying to politic with I need a good manager is what I really need. Somebody who really got who really believes in me and wants to help me take my shit to the next level. Because I'm not looking for no record deal or nothing like that. That's not my goal. But if it happens and something comes along, okay. But I want to stay independent because I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up my masters, and I don't want to give up no fucking publishing. Or if
that's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Never give up your masters or publishing. Always own that, and you'll be set.
Mm-hmm. So, but my big master plan is to be the face of a brand or company for non-alcoholic beverages. There's non-alcoholic bourbons, whiskeys, wines, and beers. I've been drinking non-alcoholic, beers for years. I just found out about the bourbons and the whiskeys. And I just purchased some from Total Wine. It's a place called Total Wine. I don't know if y'all have it out in Florida. Place called Total Wine out here. I just actually Reggie Kimball, who I was talking about earlier, he the one told me about the non-alcoholic bourbons and whiskeys. So I want to be the face, right, of something non-alcoholic. I'm trying to align my brand with that because that's a fucking bag, bro. People are leaving that bag on the table, bro. They run around here worried about people who fucking drink alcohol. Do you know it's millions of people who don't fucking drink alcohol but are stickheads? Are you fucking kidding me? Y'all better wake the fuck up. You know what I mean? Non-alcoholic. I'm talking in terms of pairing. Everybody's always focused on pairing with alcohol. No, let's talk about pairing shit with non-alcoholics. Barry. Now I drink my shit with coffee. I drink my shit with pop. Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola. I drink it with a slushy, whatever I feel like. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but that's really what I'm trying to get into is, getting more people to realize. These companies, American Brewing Companies, is a company I hear that I sent them an email. Like crickets, they said they gave me the Heisman and shit. You know what I mean? I ain't heard shit from them motherfuckers. But hey, American Brewing Company, if you're listening.
Most
but
definitely.
Anyway, yeah. So that's what this my stick game started, man. And I'm kind of I don't puff every day. I may be like 3, 4, 5 days in a row, and then I may take a break here and there. I mean, I'm like real. Sometimes I go a few days in a row puffing, or sometimes I may skip it. I mean, I don't have no puff
schedule.
Exactly. I don't have no puffing schedule and shit. You know what I mean? I just do when I feel like puffing. And yeah. So I use because I like puffing with coffee. That's like my pair. Like one of my favorite pairings is the coffee. Craft beers. There's so many different. When craft beers first came out, I was like, yo, they need to make some non-alcoholic craft beers. I was ahead of my time with that thought. But now it's a lot of non-alcoholic craft beers. Because I like diversity. I like flavor. I like diversity. Just like with my colognes. I got a shitload of colognes because I don't want to smell like, the same thing every day. I like to switch it up. I got quite a few clothes because I like to look different. So same with my pairing options, right? I want different pairing options, you know what I mean? And the craft beers, they'd have so many different flavors and shit, non-alcoholic flavors. So, yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's that for that.
Yeah, most definitely, man. That's definitely dope. That that you're in recovery. I got family that's in recovery, so even though I don't struggle with alcoholism, but like, I don't drink that much, so people think I am totally sober, like,
Right.
'cause it's crazy, like, 'cause but so I definitely support people in their walk, because I've seen bad shit from that. You know what I mean? So,
Well,
um,
and to that point, right? And then that's a good. I'm glad you brought that up because I, what I'm saying to you now is something I wouldn't say at a meeting. In my 12-step fellowship, I wouldn't say that in a meeting because I have to uh, uh, be sensitive to the newcomers, right? Because the
yeah,
newcomers will hear someone like me thinking, because we call it. Some people in recovery don't fuck with non-alcoholics. They call it near beer, and
yeah, and I
and
can see why.
yeah,
Everybody's got their, what they can handle, what they can't. So,
right. And let me just the funny thing about me is, as you grow in this recovery process and you get to know yourself and you do step work and you work on yourself and all of this shit, and you look at yourself for who you really are. The bottom line is, I never really liked beer. I never really. I was a malt liquor guy. Remember the 40s back in the day? Well, I don't know how you might not remember the
yeah.
40s
Well,
back in the day.
in Florida we didn't really have 40s, but I've been on the West Coast and I drink a
Okay,
40.
man, 40s was the shit. St. Ives, Coke 45, malt liquor, right? So I drank them pretty much to get fucked up, to get drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't care about
I
the
was,
taste or none of that.
yeah, I wasn't no classic drinker and shit. That was just to get blasted. But I never really liked the taste of beer, or as I say, the alcohol. I like the barley and the hops. I like the flavor of the barley and the hops, but the alcohol mixed with, I never was a big fan of it. So now when I started drinking non-alcoholic beer, I'm like, oh shit, this is what I always like. You know what I mean? I'm getting the flavor that I always liked. Just the barley and the
Yeah,
hops. I could do without the alcohol. So
yeah,
and so it wasn't a mind fuck for me, drinking early. And I didn't even start doing it early on in my recovery. I probably didn't start shit fucking with that till like, I don't know, 10, 15 years in recovery when I started puffing sticks somewhere around it. So it was, early on in my recovery, no, I couldn't do anything like that, because when you're new, it's like you can't go around people, places, and things, right? So
yeah,
that'll be too familiar for me. So early on, no, I couldn't do it. And so, like I said before, this is a conversation I wouldn't even have at a meeting. If I was at a meeting, I wouldn't even talk like this, in front of newcomers and shit, because I don't want them to think it's okay for them to do that. Because they need to focus on staying clean and following the process and all of that stuff. But people my age, don't get me wrong, it's people my age. I mean, I
hmm
say my age, I mean in recovery. People who are older, there's a lot of people in recovery with my clean time understand exactly what I'm talking about, and they do exactly what I do too, because it don't fuck with them, it don't bother them. Because
yeah,
for me, look, I understand you using is not what is always an option, but it's not an option I want to take. We say when you use your problems have puppies. So
yeah,
I know who I am. So no, I have no desire to. And it's bad enough. Shit, I don't even drink alcohol, and I'm battling the battle of the bulge, right, with the stomach. So
yeah.
I look at cats who do drink alcohol and don't work out, and I don't like working out like I used to. I need to get back in the gym, but I don't like that shit. I'm not motivated like I used to be, and because of that, I like my pop. I drink my pop. I drink my snacks, my bread. So yeah, I get it better. So I always say to myself, that boy, good thing you don't drink. You have a fucking monster, or you. You know what I mean?
Most
So,
definitely. All right, so cool, man. I'm gonna move on to another topic here. So, so your song "Stickhead," "Salute the Leaf," and all that. You got a
light
couple
them up,
videos out.
light them up,
Bottoms up.
lovers of the leaf. Light them up, lovers of
Yeah,
the leaf.
yeah, light them up. Yeah, that song is awesome. So you got those few, you got a lot more stuff, but more specifically, I think the "Stickheads" is the most recent video, correct? Or is
No,
it
salute the
the
leaf. Salute the
"Salute
leaf
the
is the
Leaf"?
most leaf.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
those two or whatever, you filmed them live, at actual cigar events, at what was it, the Charlotte Cigar Week or the Queen
right.
City?
Stickheads was Charlotte Cigar Week, right?
Okay, that one. So So just explain like what it was like finally, getting that music video together. Like, did you feel like the love of the city like immediately? Like what was the response like when you actually got the videos done and like locally and all that, and then from being local to people hearing your stuff all around?
Yeah, thanks for that question. No, I mean, as far as hearing my stuff all around, that's still the challenge, right? Because I mean, there are people. Well, here's some funny shit. There are people, because I'm in like over 100 cigar groups, right? So I promote. I'm not even promoting on TikTok and Instagram yet, right? So
Yeah.
I'm getting some decent traffic now, but because of the only on Facebook and word of mouth and the cigar community. But when I really start promoting on TikTok and Instagram, it's gonna really take off. And I am on all streaming platforms, So like I said, but the funny shit is, some people, as far as people hearing it, there are people who have liked my posts in the cigar community. They've liked the post, and I inboxed them. Hey, thanks for liking my post. Thanks for thanks. Did you know when you need feedback on the song? Thanks for liking the song, and I did this like 3 times, and two out of those 3 people said, "Oh, I didn't even listen to the song." I'm like, "You okay? All right. Well, when you listen to it, could you please give me some feedback on it?" They liked the post. I put a heart on it, and I guess they just liked what I was saying. But I'm like, listen to it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what that's what the secret sauce is. Listen to the damn song. Look at the video. Read the video. Watch the video. So the love came from give shout out to Preston at Taylor Smoke where I met you at. Where I met you
Yeah.
at Taylor Smoke
Shout out
Concord.
my
Yeah.
uncle right there,
So
my North Carolina uncle.
yeah. So when Preston first heard it, because I went to him for him to hear because I wanted to shoot the video there, and I could just happen to catch him in the VIP when I said, "You got a minute?" He said, "Yes, I want you to hear something." And when he heard it, he took his hat off, man. He bowed down. He said, "Man, this is phenomenal." You know, he said, "You got to shoot it here. You got to shoot it here." I said, "That's exactly why I'm here. Because that's exactly why I'm going to listen to it." So he was the second person who really showed me love. The first person was Reggie Kimball. I told you about Puff Sip Chad. He was the
Yeah.
first person. We was introduced by this guy named Derek Gates who makes custom ashtrays. I don't know if you know him, but he's fucking. His ashtrays are freaking awesome, But he heard it at Smoke and Barrel in Mount Holly, North Carolina. And when he heard it, he said, "Oh my God, what are you doing with this?" And I had just finished it. It wasn't even a video; it was just a song.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh my God, I know this is guys in Atlanta. They got a podcast, blah blah blah. I think this would go great. The podcast is about pairing cigars with bourbons and whiskey." But I said, "Well, I don't drink, so that's how that came about. When Reggie first heard it, he called me back. "Oh my God, this song is fucking phenomenal." He said, "I can't believe you captured the community in that short of time. I mean, under 4 minutes. You hit on all of the points. You know what I mean?" So I got a few. Then Aroma. I filmed it at Aroma.
Mm-hmm.
I filmed it in Taylor Smoke on Friday night doing Charlotte Cigar Week, and then on Sunday at a day party at Aroma doing Charlotte Cigar Week, and that's Nas and Aroma. So he saw the quality in it as well, and he too wanted me to shoot it there. So, and I was, believe it or not, I was gonna pivot and take it to Atlanta, but then I decided to bring it back to Charlotte. So, Atlanta has their footprint. Let me help Charlotte build their footprint. And but as far as the love, man, when people finally listen to it, most people over, high 90% I love it, right? But you got those people, man, who won't, who don't listen. They just won't listen to it, and for whatever reason. And then you have people, who see. I mean, check this shit out. There's been a couple of cigar groups that decline my posts because what they call people have their rules and shit. No self promotion and soliciting. I said, wait a minute, I'm confused. This is a cigar song that I wrote for the cigar community. This is not self-promoting. I wrote this for y'all, not just me, for y'all, for the community. And I said, one guy declined my shit. He's got bikinis, Dominican and Puerto Rican, Spanish women in bikinis and shit. And I said, I'm confused like a motherfucker right now. I said, you promoting ass and tits and bikini, but you ain't gonna promote a cigar song. And you got a problem with a cigar song in a cigar group? I said, you got me fucked up. You know what I mean? So it was a couple of groups like that, man. You know, but it is what it is. But the overwhelming majority of the groups are okay with it. I can't say the overwhelming majority of the community, love it, because that would be lying my ass off if I said that. Because people are just not. A lot of people just aren't tuning in, man. They aren't tuning in, And I'm passionate about this because when I started out on this quest, I was like, wait a minute, we are fucking huge as a culture. We're a subculture, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a community, we're freaking huge. Why do we not have our own music? Some of our own music. Why aren't you see, rap artists, R&B artists, athletes, you see them all with cigars in the videos and shit like that. We all see the same images. I'm like, nobody has thought to make music for this community. I'm like, well, that's about to change, So when I was at Black Smoke this year, Miami, Black Smoke Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
And DJ Red got me. He played my shit. Shout out to DJ Red. He got my shit on, and he gave me the mic. I didn't want the mic. I didn't want to perform. I just wanted him to play my shit, But I just, I didn't have a show track or TV track, so I just went along with my lyrics. But at the end of the song, I had people's attention. I mean, people were actually engaged and listening, but at the end of the song, I said, look, I said there was a lot of great music played here tonight, right? A lot of great music. We all could agree to that. I said, but there wasn't one song played here tonight that's better than my song for this event. Now, one fucking, I said, fuck it. Now, I said, there wasn't one fucking song played here tonight that is better than my song for a cigar event. This is a cigar event. You know what I mean? So, I mean, sometimes I got to get a little greasy and slick with them. You know what I mean? Because people just like, I'm like, yo, open your mind, man. Open your mind. Listen. And then I want other artists to do the same shit. Yep. I want more artists to make cigar music. I got a few of them in the pipeline. Make cigar related music. That other people have told me they've heard shit out there. I said, really? Where? I ain't heard no other. I heard one other song, and I let a few of my people hear it, and it was like, that shit ain't better than yours. Now Rick Ross got he got some music called cigar music, but it's not. Yeah. It's not cigar related.
He's talking about smoking a Cuban, but he don't.
Right.
And Rick Ross smokes cigars. I don't know what his knowledge base is, but he definitely smokes cigars. A couple years ago, he was at, I think it was 2017. He was at at PCA, and he was smoking Aroma Craft cigar, which Skip Martin's a big hip hop fan. Like Scarface was at Weasel Fest in Austin this past weekend and performing. It's like his retirement tour or whatever, like before he actually retires. But Skip Martin and Scarface are like real close. So I mean, he loves hip hop. Like, so cigars and hip hop just go together,
They really do.
When I was still with Stogie Press, I wrote an article about cigars and hip hop. I talked about different rappers that smoke cigars, their involvement, like Ludacris, Jay-Z, Nas, those guys seem like to be the biggest, thing. But, as far as, actually knowing about cigars and knowing what they like and all that, years ago, Jay-Z did a cigar with Cohiba. So it's definitely awesome that you're taking, what the culture actually is and not just what some rappers trying to say that right. Cigar culture is. And you are the rapper that's like, okay, I'm in the culture, both cultures, I'm talking about what's really happening, what people right. really do and so on and so forth. But
right. And to that point, like I just learned from I saw the rep from Drew Estates, Will. I think I told you this. I think the guy Will from Drew Estates. He didn't want to tell me that Nas is all the time. I'm thinking Nas. That's his cigar line. He said no, Nas is just the face of Escobar cigars. He's not. that's not his line. I said, oh shit. All of this time I'm thinking that's Nas's cigar line, and what else was I about to say? Oh shit, lost my train of thought. Shit, it'll come back to me. What you were saying about me, oh damn it, I hate when that happens. It'll come back to me. But yeah, I'm immersed in. Oh yeah, here we go. So I wrote Stickheads, bro. So I wanted the billionaire with a B,
Yep.
the millionaire, the 100,000-aire, and the Joker, trying to get to that level. A few hundred. I wanted all of those levels, right? Because deals are made on all of those brackets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Deals are made in all of those brackets, right? I wanted every one of those men and women in those brackets to identify and see themselves in the song. And I got that from a millionaire, shout out to Solomon. He says to me when he first heard it, he said, oh shit. He said, you made this for me. I said, you're exactly right. That's exactly what he said. He said, and I hadn't even talked to him about it. He said, oh, you made this for me. And I said, sure I did. I absolutely did. And that's why, I believe once I just got to go hard, man. I got to get me, I'm a one-man team primary. Well, I got my man Hano. Shout out to Hano. He's he's really been waiting on me to get more aggressive with pushing this thing, and he's really good with the social media piece. I've been looking for a social media or content manager for a while, and he's right under my nose. So I might roll with because he's good at this shit. I'm not good at the social media. I'm my IT guy. I'm not a social media guy, bro. I'm a fucking dinosaur, man. When it comes to the social media shit, I'm a Facebook dinosaur. You know what I mean? But I know I need TikTok and Instagram and shit. And it's just so, because my day job, man, with IT, I'm constantly reading, and I got teams I gotta, facilitate and shit and run and all of this shit, technology I gotta stay on top of, so, I don't even read books, bro. I do audio books. I love audio books. I ain't got time to read no goddamn books, right? But with the social media shit, it's so much shit I gotta learn, man. Read up, I bought a package from this guy named Dorian. He said ducks and swans, welcome to the pond. He's that guy. He's on Instagram and YouTube. I bought his little package on how to maximize your shit on YouTube. I bought this shit months ago, man. I ain't read that shit yet. So I got to get better, man. But Hano, he's like. He always posted his little videos and all that shit. So I, once I get out this little rut I'm in, I'm making content right now. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm making the content, and I'm doing little other things. Oh, and don't get me wrong. I'll be guerrilla hustling, man. I'll be guerrilla marketing. I think that's what they call it, right? I'll be guerrilla marketing. You know what I mean? I'll be, when I see it, sometimes it gets a little overwhelming and draining. I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? But I got to do it. You know what I mean? I go up to people on the street and let them know what I'm doing. I see them, young kids, when I say young kids, in their 30s and late 20s and in the 30s trying to come into the game, I want them to, I let them know about my music, and I want them to know that, hey, that's why I wrote Stickheads. So another reason I wrote Stickheads. I want them to know that, hey, this ain't the hookah spot. This ain't the trap house. This ain't the blunt house. Although some weed hits, some weed people are cool. They lay back, right? We know that.
Yeah.
But a lot of nonsense happens at some of those spots, right? I want the young kids to know, and us who's bringing them in, us elder statesmen, I like to say, we want to let them know. I want them to be groomed properly. Hopefully these elder statements, because all of them coming in with their uncles, their fathers, their mothers and sisters. I mean, mothers and aunts and shit like that. That's beautiful, but let them know this ain't that dumb shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This ain't that dumb shit. So that's part of my guerrilla marketing, and letting them know that my music is out there, and letting them know, hey, come lay back and chill. This is for, like I say, deal makers, go get a lifestyle. That's part of my brand too. Go get a lifestyle. It's for go getters, deal makers, man. People who close deal and sit back with a celebratory stick. I got another track I'm working. I got like 4 or 5 tracks simultaneously going, bro. You know what I mean? And one of them is celebrate the reasons all of the reasons to celebrate a stick. So that's the concept behind the song. All the different reasons to celebrate a stick. You know what I mean? I say it's millions of them, billions of them. Well, I'm gonna give you just a few. You know what I mean? So so it has that cookout vibe. Chilling in the, when Jill Scott comes to mind, the little cookout. So there's a whole bunch of cookouts on. So just a cookout vibe. Just chilling and shit, and so it's that vibe. All of the different reasons to celebrate a stick. And I'm just going through this different reasons. That's the song. Just all of the different reasons to celebrate a stick. You know what I mean? To have a celebratory stick, But in closing with that, so to go back to the question was about the love. So the love is getting there, man. It's getting there. But it's still a grind, bro. It's still a grind. It's not where I want it to be. Although I'm trying to be patient because I really just I just wrote Stickheads this year. Stickheads is like 2,500 views on Facebook. And like I said, that's without TikTok and Instagram. That's primarily word of mouth, Facebook, and the cigar community. And that's why I put the stepping in there, because I want people to identify. I want to salute the leaf. There's a lot of stepping and ballroom dancing in there because I want people to identify that. That's going to help, because stepping is, I don't know if you're familiar with Chicago's two-step and ballroom dance, but that's a big, they have fucking competitions. So my couple that was in there, shout out to Marcus and his wife, and then my man Demian and Zenda, people, they do contests, bro. Those are fucking contests. They have competitions, I mean. You know what I mean? So around the fucking country, they travel and have shit just like cigar community does. So that was important for me to highlight that, and him and his wife, they said they probably really dance to it because they travel to countries. But anyway, I stopped there. So the love, is coming, man. The love is coming in. It's not where I want it to be yet, but I need people like you, other podcasts. I've been on 2 podcasts. You make my 3rd podcast, and the more I get out there on these podcasts and people show the love that way and word of mouth, it'll grow. I'm trying to light them up in Atlanta when we were doing Cigar Mike's, the Atlanta experience that he's hosting. I wanted to do it during his at one of his venues. I thought he would be happy about that, but he wasn't excited as I hoped he'd be. I wanted him to open up the video. You see the video, I have Preston opening up Stickheads. I have Carolina Cigar Boy, shout out to him opening up Salute the Beef. And I wanted Mike to open up Light 'Em Up, Lovers of the Leaf. But he said, based on the waivers and this, that, and the third, and he said, I think, I don't know, with the venues and all of that. So I think this new venue, whatever. So he said, but I think patio would be a good look. And, so I had Reggie has a relationship with them. So I had him reach out to them. And crickets, I ain't heard shit back from that yet. So I'm pivoting. I just sent Reggie a text the other day, asking, hey, do I need to look for another venue? Crickets, So I don't know if Reggie listening to this or not, man. What's up, Reg? I don't know if he's waiting on them or what, but I reached out to my man Jay. Hey Jay, he in Atlanta. Yo, what's going on? So he said Havana, spot named Havana. He know the owner of Havana. I'm gonna keep it pushing, man. And this all ties into your question, because ain't nobody gonna be more passionate about your shit than you do. You already know that. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna be more passionate about your shit than you. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? So you got to go hard, man. But you also, you don't want to go too hard when you turn people off and be too pushy. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I pivot like a motherfucker. My day job as an IT guy is called Agile. I'm a scrum master. It's fucking called Agile. It's about agility, and agility being agile means having the ability to pivot when confronted with new information, right? So I pride myself on that, and I've been like that before I even got into this agile space, man. So I'm gonna set up with that. I'm gonna set up with that. The love is coming. The love is coming. It's getting there. I don't want to minimize my supporters because I do have a lot of supporters. Let me say that. I don't want to minimize them, but there are some people who aren't showing the love that I wish they would. But hey, people are so fucking inundated. I'll tell you, I'm gonna shut up. But let me say this: people are so fucking inundated, bro, with content. They are overwhelmed. So they got attention spans. You said it before we started the show. You said it. People fucking attention spans are like a snap, bro. People are just so distracted and shit. You know what I mean? So you gotta this what you gotta constantly promote. But check this out. How many times? I don't know if you ever notice about yourself. I notice about myself. Have you ever watching a damn commercial on TV? And one day you've seen this commercial, I don't know how many times. You may have seen the commercial 100 times. One day you listen to the fucking commercial and you say, oh shit, that's what this commercial is about. That ever happened to you?
Yeah.
This happened to me several times. And when that clicked with me, I said, damn, that's how people are. To other people. So I tell myself, don't be mad with people. People that just get distracted. That's why companies advertise the way they do.
Yeah.
That's why they do it. They did
Absolutely.
shit decades ago. That's why they do it. That's why they are constantly advertising because they know people are not focusing all the time. One day that shit gonna click to this viewer, and one day they're gonna fucking hear the commercial. Ain't that the shit? And the same way with this music, bro. I got to tell myself, don't get so frustrated. I have to talk myself off the ledge, right? So don't get so frustrated. Don't take it so personal. People are just so they got so much content out there. They're so distracted, So just keep doing your thing, and one day it'll click, hopefully. But anyway, I'll shut up with that.
Absolutely. I got one more topic before we head out here. We're coming up on an hour. I always go over an hour. It's a good conversation.
It's almost an hour already. Shit.
Yeah, we're at 56 minutes.
Yeah,
but
you've been talking a lot, Mike. Shit.
Well, see, I'm good at what I do. I know how to get people to talk. Like I try not to talk too much. People want to hear what you got to say. But so the next topic, you kind of touched on it earlier, but about aging out of hip hop. Now, this is something I'll start with, what I got to say, and then I'll let you go on and all that. But, I felt like, I was doing it since I was young. I was a teenager. Back in the day, I used to do Christian rap and, was rapping in church, opened up for Lecrae and big artists back before they were super big like they are now. And, then I kind of, became a heathen and, started doing regular rap. But I never really, people knew who people knew who I was and all that, but I didn't really get out there by a certain age. So I didn't really get out there by a certain age. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna support, those trying to, they're actually doing it or whatever. And I feel like I was too old or whatever. Which, if I would have made it by a certain time, then I wouldn't feel like that because there's artists that are in their 50s, your age and even older or whatever that, they may not be, they had hits back in the day and they're able to eat off of that and they still might do shows, et cetera, et cetera. But, what kind of feedback do you get from people saying, about aging out? They say, oh, you're too old. You wrote a song about that, but, tell us more about that and your thoughts on that subject there.
Yeah, thanks for that question, man. Like I said, I have a lot of supporters, bro. So I don't want to minimize. The supporters, right? Because I actually have a lot, and it's growing. But there are some naysayers out there who have this warped ass perception that you age out of hip hop. Hip hop is still the youngest genre of music, bro.
Yeah.
So it's just turning 50 next year, but I'm glad to see that the perception is changing. I've been sounding this horn for the past 2 or 3 years, but I'm glad to see that the bigger artists are now starting, to speak out and on it, And Papoose said it the best. He said hip hop is the only genre of music that kills off its legends.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z, Kevin Hart interviewed Jay-Z a few weeks ago, and he asked me, so are you retiring or not? He said, look, man, when I first said that I was tired, I've been doing a whole lot of stuff. I hadn't had no vacation. I was tired. He said, but after taking some time off, and he said, you know what? He said, I realized this is a gift, man. He said, who am I to turn off the gift? He said, no, I'm not retired. And I posted it on Facebook. I said, I always be a little passive. Not always. I shouldn't say always, but I try not to say always and never, right? But I sometimes people who know me, they know I could be a little greasy. I be a little passive aggressive, right? And talking a little slick on Facebook. That's my true personality, But at times, but I said to those of you who hang on every word that Jay-Z says, right? Because there's a lot of them, listen to this interview. He said the same shit I've been telling you jokers for the past 3 or 4 years. You know, that this is an art form. Nobody's telling Patti LaBelle, Mick Jagger, Smokey Robinson, Elton John. I can go on and on. Lionel Richie. I can go on and on and on. All of these older artists. Nobody's telling them to sit their ass down. They're pushing them out on. In fact, they're pushing them out on in wheelchairs to perform. Right?
Yep.
And but literally. You know, ain't nobody telling painters and sculptors, comedians. Look at Bob Saget. Yep. I don't know if you heard Bob Saget the night before he died.
Yeah, he was in Orlando, and in one of the talk radio shows I listened to, he was on there that whole week just because, you know, he fucks with the monsters on Real Radio, and you know, so literally that week he was in Orlando, and then so the whole week after he passed, they were talking about.
Did you catch what he said the night before? What he posted the night before he died? Did you catch that? Let me remind you.
I might have seen it, but just refresh this.
Let me refresh your memory, because I posted this on Facebook too. You know, he posted. He said, boy, I'm paraphrasing. You know, he said, I feel like I'm 25 years old again. He said, I found my new voice. This man was 65. Yeah. 65. He said, I feel like I found my new voice. I feel like a kid again. Right? This is what the fuck he posted the night before he died, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And I posted this shit. I posted on, you know, I pinned that to my Facebook page for a few days. I'm like, this is what I'm telling you, dream killers and shit. You know, the motherfuckers who ain't got no goddamn passion for nothing. You know what I mean? Fucking haters and crabs in a barrel. You know what I mean? You know, this man was 65. Talking about he felt like he's 25, found his new voice. I'm more hip hop now than I ever been.
Yeah.
Ever been. Why? Because I'm more a student of the game. I love these podcasts. I mean, I tuned this a shitload of them out there, but my main was his Drink Champs, Nori's Drink Champ, Matt Hoffa, Joe Budden. $1 million worth of game. It's a few of them. I'm missing a few. I'm missing a few of them. It's a bunch of them. I can't remember all of them. But I tune in, bro. I'm locked in because there's so many legends and information that comes through shit that I didn't know. I'm like, it makes me feel like this small sometimes. I'm like, shit. I be telling myself, shit, nigga, you ain't no real hip hop head, nigga. I mean, you know how much shit you don't know? You feel me?
Exactly.
I'm a student of the fucking game now, bro.
You're just one man, though. You can't know everything. You know what I mean?
You can't.
But you know, it's good to always learn something new. You know, at all times. So.
Yeah. So I mean, to answer your question, in closing with that, it stings my clams, and I just get a little heated. As you can still see the passion. I've gotten better with it. I turned a few people. I was going hard on Facebook. Oh shit! I was telling a joke because I was like, look. If you're supposed to be my friend and you can't listen to my music, unfriend me. We're not fucking friends. We're not cool. But in fact, I take that, I take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, friends. We ain't fucking friends. You know what I mean? I count my friends on one hand. My father told me years ago, he said, boy, if you live to be 100 years old, if you have one friend, you're a lucky ass man, right? And I never forgot that. And it's true, as you probably know. So, but on Facebook, I've been greasy for me. They think I was crazy. I mean, some people have. Those who know me know that Dwayne Wilder now. But some people really thought I was nuts, for real. But I didn't give a shit, because what I'm saying is I'm trying to use my Facebook hip hop friends. Then I edited it. I altered it. I said, look, if you don't really fuck with hip hop, I ain't talking to you. Because everybody don't fuck with hip hop. But I got a lot of jokers in here who always talking about hip hop, always posting shit for motherfuckers you don't know, right? Tagging me. Some of you tag me and shit. And listen, well, I'm asking you to be my focus group of my shit.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be my friend.
It's only fair.
So if you can't listen to my shit, we ain't cool. We ain't friends. Unfriend me, because I need the fucking room. I don't need to be carrying the dead weight. At this time, let me say, I had like 4,000 or close to 4,000, a little over 4,000. So man, I done stripped my shit down, bro. I done went down. I'm down to like 2,000 or something. I'm chopping heads every fucking day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I decreased that down because I don't need the dead weight. If you can't listen to my shit and give me your feedback, you ain't gotta like it. It's okay. So like it ain't some of them love the drill. They love the drill. They love the mumble rap. They love the auto tune. Okay, that's cool. But I'm about to boom back. God damn it! I'm the fucking boom back. Know what I mean? Now, what I am starting to do is not make my song so long. My man Naz over at Aroma, he was like, "Yo, you don't have to make 3 three 16-bar verses no more, right? 8-bar.
Well,
Look,
I mean, that's how hip hop's changed.
yeah,
The songs have
yeah,
gotten shorter. Which I don't mind a longer song because if it's good, like the DJ Khaled song with Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, and Jay Z, God did. That's like an 8 minute and 32. Like
right,
Jay Z killed that. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's good, if it's a good song, I could listen to a long song. So
right. And then
what
it has to be long if you got those many cats, rapping on it. It
what
has to be a little longer.
Jay Z's verse was the
The
longest.
God's verse, I have not heard that yet. I've been hearing good things about it. I might check that out tonight. God's verse,
Man,
right?
as soon as you get off this interview, you got to check it out.
Yeah, I hear it's fucking good. I hear it's
Yeah,
bananas.
I mean, you gotta bump that shit. You gotta put the speakers on and just vibe out because Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, their verses are short, but Jay Z went in on it, like
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and the stuff he's talking about, like younger people, they can't really relate to it. But if you're an OG, if you survived, if you was living that street life, but then
right,
you came out of that. It's basically showing that hip hop can grow up,
right,
and
right.
that's
And we
essentially
need
what
that.
you show hip hop can grow up.
Right. And I definitely want to hear that. And because I'm so glad, because so many people hang on his every fucking word. So he has to talk that good shit. In fact, Q-Tip was on Math Hoffa a while back. Check that interview if you have it. Excuse me. Q-Tip said that he was talking to Lauryn Hill and Andre 3000, and they were talking about how the older artists have got to. Lauren said, we got to make music. And then Q-Tip, Andre 3000 he said, you know what? Tyler, the Creator, which I do like him. He's a little eccentric, but I like his diverse. He's different, but
Yeah.
he ain't trying to sound like everybody else. A lot of these jokes trying to sound the same and shit. But I appreciate his creativity. But anyway, Tyler, the creator told Andre 3000, I need you to make music at 50.
Yeah.
I need to see what 50 and fly looks like. That's some powerful shit.
Yeah.
That's some powerful shit. And so we need these older artists, that are known. You know what I mean? Because like I said in my song, Too Old to Rap, Fuck Out of Here. I say, why did you want to diss me? I'm trying to connect with you. But since I wasn't bumping in the 90s, I'm a joke, huh? You know what I mean? I got all these life experiences, working in corporate America for decades, making a 6-figure salary for a long time. You know what I mean? I'm not here like, please listen to my demo, motherfuckers. That's why another thing. But I guess people be looking at me like I'm on some old bum ass nigga. You know what I mean? Out here, please listen to my demo and shit, trying to get a record. Get the fuck out of here. I'll probably triple your fucking salary, yo. Like, fuck out of here. I do this shit because I'm fucking great at it. I loved it. And it makes my heart beat, bro. It makes me get up in the morning. I don't drink. I don't have no shopping. I don't have no crazy. My craziest habits are cigar sticks, hip hop, and being a perv looking at big booties. Okay, I'm looking at the big booties. I love me some big booties. But anyway,
what's wrong with that?
I'm sorry. I'm taking this. That's a whole other interview, brother. I'm sorry to hijack your interview, bro. That's a whole other fuck. I'm bug.
No, this is your interview. This is your interview. It's my job to pull this out.
I don't know where that came from, Mike. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from.
It's my job to pull this out of you. You know what I mean? So that's what I do.
But anyway,
man.
but all bullshit aside, that's I love this shit, so for the crabs in the barrel, man, who ain't got no fucking dreams and passions and nothing that motivate them. They want to kick people back in who because they feel you shouldn't be doing that at your age, man. Fuck out of here, man. So anyway, but so yeah, definitely. Man, that's how I feel about that, bro. That's how I feel about that, man. I'm glad that the narrative is changing. The narrative is starting to change. Where people are starting to say there's bullshit. We never. I'll be 80 years old rocking the mic if I can do it. You know what I mean? Because it's an art form, bro. It's a fucking art form. You should, what I was saying about my song, Too Old to Rap, you should want to hear that from me. I got corporate America. I used to gang bang. I done raised 3 kids. I got 4 kids. Raised 3 grown kids. Got a 3-year-old. Should be three on Friday. My mother didn't think she can get my ex-wife, my wife, didn't think she can get pregnant, right? She had fibroids and all that shit. I mean, these are the things I'm going through. You know what I mean? As we as grown as men, you know what I'm saying? These are I talk about, as I say in my song, Too Old to Rap, Fuck Out of Here. I say, at my age, I ain't coming with nonsense. I'm trying to breathe life. I'm trying to breathe life and what the fuck I say? I'm trying to breathe life into you. I'm trying to breathe life into your spirit and conscience. At my age, I ain't coming with nonsense. I'm trying to breathe life into your spirit and conscience. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. My song Terror Town. I know we're wrapping up now, but my song Terror Town, I'm making about Chicago. And I'm talking about my generation. I mean, of course, my cousin got murdered, Mike, in Chicago. My family ain't been right since. My first cousin's son, he was 29. He got murdered on the west side of Chicago last year. He wasn't about that life, bro. It was just some of that sensitive, stupid, dumb shit that's going on out there. Yeah. They are still fucked up. They're gonna be fucked up for a long time. I'm mad because I met that boy when he was like 10 years old or some shit. I didn't even know he went to the military and a good kid, man. Yeah. So in the song about Terror Town, I'm talking about the nonsense, but I'm trying not to be preachy. I want to be preachy, but but because I was about that life, I want to get some of the older cats who I used to run with, who thank God are still alive. I don't know if they want to be in a video or not, because some of them jokers are still gangsters, right? Yeah. So, but I want them to bless it. I want them to bless the song. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't put no shit out there because I was a Stone, man. I used to run with the Stones. I'm just okay. That's my story, bro. I used to run with the Black Peace Stone Rangers, the Moles. You know what I mean? So, and the Vice Lords, Mickey Cobras, so and so. So, but that was who I ran with. The jokers would stamp that shit. You know what I mean? But in the song, I also talk about, but our generation, my generation, going back to the Jay-Z shit, my generation, I'm saying, so what part do we contribute to what's going on now? We need to do some soul searching, right? Because I just thought about this the other day. I said, wait a minute, my generation, we're probably the ones who started that making young kids out of shooters. Yeah. You feel me? We started that shit.
Yeah, because now kids are gonna get less time.
Yeah, huh?
Kids get less time, so they're trained to be shooters and shit.
So now we created a generation of fucking monsters, heartless monsters, right? But back in the day, though, a lot of times when our age, we would talk, and I say that in the song. We would talk. But we would talk to one another. In fact, let me give you the hook before we end for Terror Town, because it's very important. Terror Town wasn't always Terror Town. We had brotherly love. It spread around. Terror Town wasn't always Terror Town. We had beef, last resort, bust rounds, because we talked to one another. We were proud of that. It kept the murder rate low. We were proud of that. But if the peace talks broke down, oh well, strap up. We might have to bust shells. That's the hook, right? So, but the point is, they don't talk now. We gotta remember this before we hung up. King Von. Do you remember one of the best quotes King Von said, $1 million worth of game before he died? And I didn't even know who the fuck King Von was. Let's start there. I had to Google his ass. You know what I mean? So I didn't know who the fuck King Von was. But I'm gonna put this in the song at the end. I'm gonna use it. He told $1 million worth of game before he died. He said, the biggest problem we have, we don't know how to talk to each other. God damn. Ain't this some powerful shit?
That's true. No matter what hood you're from. And see, I'm a white dude that's from the hood. Like, so where I'm from, there's a lot of killing and stuff, and that's like the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know a lot of people. And I know a lot of people who have, turned their life around and everything. It just takes those people to, to reach back out. You know what I'm saying? That, that's what it really means to be an OG. You know what I mean? Like, you reach back, you be like, hey, look, I know I was doing this, but you got to teach the young kids how to do better. So
right.
That's what it's all about.
Brother.
So I'm gonna end with this here. So you can't discredit somebody who's, who's older, who's still rapping, especially if they got some talent. And for that, I salute you, brother. And I appreciate you for coming on the show tonight. It was an awesome conversation.
Thank you for
And
having me, brother.
I had no doubt I was able to fill an hour, but we definitely did almost an hour and 15 minutes here. So that's awesome. If this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. If you're watching from Facebook and all that, head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button and all that good stuff. And I'm going to let you know when we're not live so we can talk that real